Today on Cityline, it's home day, and we're talking moving.
Exciting, stressful, sad, scary, thrilling. I think we went through every single and exhausting.
Tips and tricks to make your next move so much smoother. You're gonna get there and everything's in a box, and it's like, I just want my wine glass. Then Chef Massimo has me making calzone. I am going to be doing the cooking today.
You are going to do the work.
You do the bossing around because you
it.
are very good at that. It goes exactly how you would expect it to.
How come it's not even going out?
Yeah, I don't know how you managed to make it triangular, but
you're watching
but look,
me.
it's very easy.
And later, what you need to know about prefab homes.
An entire property or entire home is basically built off-site, and then it's basically delivered to a site where you're doing your construction.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's like Lego.
It's Cityline with Tracy Moore.
Hi! Hey! How you doing? Hello! Good to see you! Good to see you! Have a seat, everyone! Have a seat! Yay! I like the enthusiasm. Have a seat, everyone. Start the timer because these shoes have a limit. Let me tell ya. Happy home day, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We are talking about a highly controversial topic on today's show. Are you ready? Yes. How do you eat your pizza? Okay? We have some very passionate experts ready to defend their ways today. So you don't want to miss all of that. Do you fold it? Do you roll it? Do you eat it with a knife and fork? Yuck. Plus, later, we're going to get the 101 on prefab homes if they're actually cheaper and faster than a demo. But we're going to start out our show talking about moving. I got to ask you all this by a show of hands. How many of you hate the idea of moving? I can't even think about it right now. Okay, I'm going to talk to you, Doris. If I can get a mic, thank you so much. Do you have a moving horror story?
Oh, yes, I do.
What happened?
I had asked my cousin and my brother to help me move.
Okay.
And they decided that it was too hard to use the elevator. So they went out on, lived on the second floor.
Yeah.
And they took everything out to the balcony and lowered it down from the balcony.
They dropped all your furniture pieces from the balcony to the ground?
They kind of...
Slowly.
Yeah,
yes.
You know, and one was down and one was up.
Oh, my gosh.
And they kind of tried to ease it in, but my brass bed missed parts by the end of it.
Oh, no. Okay, so this is the advice for all of us. Maybe don't lower the furniture out the balcony. Right?
Or maybe don't ask your brother and your cousin to help.
That was it. Doris, that was the tip. She knows. Oh my gosh, I love that. We're going to continue this conversation with my guests today, Sarah Gunn, Massimo Capra, and Rizwan Malik. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hello. Good looking. Yes, my goodness. All right, let's talk a little bit about moving. I said it out there. I never want to move again. I hope the last time they take me out of my house, it's in a body bag. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay there. Do you have a moving horror story? You're going to be talking about your move.
I'm going to be talking about mine. I have a lot because I've moved a lot, but I think the funniest one probably is when I moved home from Stockholm. Of course, when you're overseas and you're young, you just bring everything in a suitcase. So I tried to cram my entire life into a suitcase, and I'm waiting for it to come at the airport when I'm home, and it came split wide open with like my clothes and everything just hanging out all over the place.
Nightmare.
It wasn't the best.
Yeah. The underwear. It's the underwear for me. It's like, oh man, they all saw my panties.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. And not my nice ones.
And not my nice ones. Chef, how about you? You got any moving stories for us?
We moved 4 times in the last 40 years, and it's always been relatively easy.
Good.
But we did most of the work ourselves, and then we rented a truck, and then we rented movers. You know what I mean?
Right.
We had movers do it for us. But yeah, you know what? It's never easy, and I hope I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, I'm with you on that one.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Rizwan, have you moved a lot?
Not personally, but you know, I'm a realtor, so I have tons of clients who are moving all year round. So the most horrific story that I can think of is earlier on in my career, I just sold like the most expensive property at the time, just over $1 million. My client's moving a 3-bedroom home from Montreal to Toronto, His movers got here, they were delayed, they dumped everything in the loading area, got back in the truck, and made their 5-hour commute home because they were getting there at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Now my client's calling me, and I'm at home, already a bottle of Prosecco in, like enjoying, celebrating my big sale.
Yeah.
So I had to make the difficult decision. So I did the right thing. I finished my glass of Prosecco. I went and
That was the right thing. Yes.
it's the only option.
Yes.
And then, packed a bottle to go, and I went and met him.
Yes.
And it took us another 6 hours just moving everything from the loading area up to his unit. Wow.
No.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Girl.
Not good.
I sobered up real quick.
I bet you did. There's nothing worse. Okay, but you're a very good realtor, friend, amazing, and thank you so much for your stories. We're going to continue with Sarah. We'll see more of Massimo and Rizwan a little bit later. Wow. So this whole segment is inspired by the move that you just did. How did it all go, this most recent move?
Well, it was on December 20th. 5 days before Christmas, so I think that says a lot right there. It was exciting, stressful, sad, scary, thrilling. I think we went through every single exhausting. I think was the biggest emotion. Yeah,
and right before one of the biggest holidays. So let's talk about all the things, but let's start with prep. I feel like that is so important. To start getting done early before you do anything else. Let's talk about the prep.
Absolutely. You often know you're moving way ahead of time. So use that time. Don't put it off. Go through your home room by room and declutter as much as, I can't stress this enough, declutter as much as possible. Get rid of things, donate them, sell them, do whatever you have to do. And if you're doing it room by room, it doesn't feel all that overwhelming.
Right.
But it's that much less to pack. Ask yourself, do I want to spend time packing this? Do I want to spend time unpacking this? Do I have anywhere for it to go? We moved to a Century home from a relatively new home. The storage situation is dire.
Less than ideal.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, you really have to think ahead and figure out if you need those items still or not.
Okay, all right. That's a really good tip. The idea of uncluttering like that feels so good to me.
Yeah.
Or decluttering, but to do it is work. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Talk to me about the tips that you picked up for packing.
Yeah, so I want to share my wins and my losses, things that I learned. Go online and on Facebook groups where they're giving things away, those free cycle groups. See if people are giving away moving boxes. We were really lucky. We had friends move recently, so they gave us a lot of their boxes. You can get a lot of these things for free. Repurpose blankets to wrap your artwork, towels to wrap your breakables and that sort of thing. Just repurpose suitcases to pack your clothes.
Yep.
But I do think that there are some specialty boxes that are worth the investment, including these two right here.
Okay.
So these are from U-Haul, and they are for your dinnerware and your glassware. So you see in front of you, Trace, you've got some foam pouches.
Yes, these are so cool, and I had not seen these before.
Great because,
so look at that.
Yeah, and you just slide your dinnerware or your glassware inside. And then you stack them all together, and then they slot into these boxes. So I'll take that from you, and I'll show everybody how it works. It's so much faster and so much easier than trying to wrap each one individually and then make sure that they're not going to go into each other,
the
right in the
amount
box.
of time and energy we would spend wrapping every single item in a newspaper. First of all, good luck finding a newspaper now.
So true. It's so true.
This makes a lot of sense, right? Put it in these. That's beautiful.
And a TV box in front here too is a really great option, unless you're like Jamie, that's his most prized possession in our home. So our TV rode to our house in his back seat.
Right.
Yeah.
It was his baby.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't sitting there with it, hugging it the whole time. And there are other box options as well. I love Frog Box because they're reusable boxes that you rent. They deliver them to your home. They pick them up when you're done. You don't have to worry about building the boxes, so it's environmentally friendly. And then also, they have bags for your furniture, which for your soft furniture like your chairs, your sofa, your mattresses. You do not want your mattress sliding into a flatbed truck without a little bit of protection on it.
That's right.
And the cool thing about them is that they're labeled specifically with what it's for, so there's no extra packaging, so it's good for the environment. And these ones are biodegradable, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that's excellent.
I know.
Queen size and a queen size mattress. It says queen on it, so you know what it's for.
Yes.
We would usually, it's the queen. It's for the queen.
Thank you.
Usually we would use fitted sheets and blankets. This is a really fantastic way to do it.
Yeah, so much better.
That mattress is a little bit pristine when you get it on the other end.
Yes.
Let's talk about organizing the boxes once you get to where you're landing.
Yes. So you really want to make sure that you're packing room by room. Don't mix rooms in the same box. Label those boxes really carefully with what room they're going to in your new home.
Yes.
And we itemized a list on the box itself too of what was inside. I would take it a step further this time. Because often when they're arriving at your house, it's dark, it's nighttime, and the writing may not be very legible for them. They're exhausted at this point, especially if you're moving all the stuff in my house.
Yeah.
So I would do it color-coded this time. I would color-code each room in your new home, and then color-code all the boxes so there's no room for error. All the yellow boxes go in the yellow room. So you could use sticky notes, marker on the sides of the boxes. That's the way to do it.
That's absolutely the way to do it.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about what to do when you're taking down art, taking down curtains, all of those things.
This is one of the most helpful things we did in our move, is you get a basket, you get a bunch of baggies and a Sharpie, and you keep it somewhere central in your home while you're moving. And then every time you take something down, whether it's your window treatments, you put those items in a baggie, could be your artwork, could be light fixtures that you're bringing with you, all those little tiny pieces that you know are gonna get lost.
Just
are
looking
all
at
in one
that
central location.
is making me exhausted. Like, I'm just remembering
was
all the
so
little
hard.
bits and pieces that you have to keep track of because you got to put them all together on the other end.
I know.
But you did it. Put it here.
Oh,
you did it.
we did it.
You did it.
Yes, we did it.
Amazing. Now, there are some things that are super valuable. Let's talk about packing up your valuables and also prepping for that first night.
Right.
Because you're going to get there and everything's in a box. And it's like, I just want my wine
so
glass. Where is it? I should have brought it in my purse.
I have to add that in there. Yeah, so for your valuables, I have a couple of options. One, if you have any friends or family nearby, just send them over there until you're settled and ready to bring them back, if that's possible.
Yeah.
If not, do what we did as well, pack them yourself and bring them over in your own vehicle. Then you know they're safe, you know they're secure, they're in a special box.
Yes.
And then for your first night bag, a towel for a shower, toilet paper.
Oh, crucial.
Right? Toothbrush, all of those essential items because you're going to be exhausted. Wine, chocolate, whatever you need to get through that first night, have it in a separate bag as well for each member of the family.
Amazing. I never knew that toilet paper would become such an important part of my life in this stage of my life. Like, I literally have toilet paper in the car. Like, just if it's a long trip.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm perimenopausal. My bladder isn't what it used to be. I might have to do like a little road, like side stop on the road. I got my toilet paper. Okay, so this has been amazing in terms of tips. I love that. Sarah's going to be back later in the show talking about deep cleaning your new house. It's so good to clean it.
Yes.
So stick around for that. For now, we're going to break. Stay with us, everybody. Coming up, a delicious, authentic Italian treat.
Calzone is a pizza that has been folded onto itself and then baked.
Yes.
And it's filled with goodies that are delicious.
Welcome back, everyone. So I'm in the kitchen with the one and only Chef Massimo Capra.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
You are looking as good as ever, but I see there's a bit of an injury. Can you talk to me about what happened to your fingers?
Scratch.
Well, that's more than a little scratch, my friend.
I'm supposed to be doing this so that my occupational therapist will be happy with me.
But that's absolutely not what he's been doing.
Not a chance.
Not at all.
I was fixing a shelf at the restaurant and I had a little mess-up, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
just
right.
the top of the knuckle. So.
Got it. Well, because you are a little bit injured, I am going to be doing the cooking today.
You are going to do the work.
You do the bossing around because you are very good at that.
Okay.
Right? And I will do all of the things, okay? And I will try to do them to Chef Massimo's specifications.
Yes,
what are we making?
course.
I told them off the top that we're going to be talking about pizza, but we're not there yet. We're making
Today,
what?
very special. We're making a calzone.
A calzone.
Calzone. I even lost that
Calzone.
ability to pronounce the Z properly. I don't know why.
What's the difference between a calzone and a panzerotti?
A panzerotto is deep
Or
fried.
panzerotto.
Is fried. Panzerotto is deep fried, yeah.
Okay, all right. And the calzone?
It comes in many shapes and sizes depending on where you are in Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, every village makes its own way and they call it something different. So don't be very specific.
surprised.
Yeah, it's so wild.
Okay.
But calzone is a pizza that is being folded onto itself.
Yeah.
And then baked.
Yes.
And it's filled with goodies that are delicious. So.
Yes. It's filled with all good stuff. Okay,
Yes,
so
of course. So
let's make one.
yes. So first of all, you asked me about flour just before. So we need a little bit of flour. We need to just throw it on the table, boom, like that. Be very, somewhat. I'll do it with my left hand, but that's about it. That's it.
He's
that's
trying
enough.
to say
that's
he does
enough.
it better with his left
That's
hand
enough.
than I do with your right.
That's enough. So I'm gonna give you a nice dough ball.
I can't wait to
Okay.
get my hands on that.
Look at how beautiful this is. See?
I
Now-
just want to mention,
Yeah.
Chef did not come alone. He brought his son, Daniel. Daniel, come on in here.
Yeah. Can you?
And the reason why these look so good is because Daniel was rolling them. Daniel was rolling them. Daniel made them. So Daniel, I'm going to do my own. You do yours own.
Absolutely.
We're not going head to head because
I was
you
gonna
know.
say it should be a competition.
Yeah, no, Daniel, it is not going to be a competition. But maybe you can make one over there, and then if this one
Absolutely.
goes terribly wrong, we have yours.
That's right. You can stretch a couple of pieces.
Is that supposed to happen?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah. It's
all right.
perfectly fine. You just break it up like that.
Okay.
Make the air go out. Now take your hands like this and fit them inside the circle.
Like that?
Don't push it, but just squeeze it down.
Like this?
Squeeze it down. Yeah.
Okay. What's
keep
the
it- keep
point
it
here? I'm
round.
trying to flatten
Keep
it?
it round. Yeah, you're trying to flatten it.
Okay.
So you need to keep it round, right?
I know, I'm
So,
trying.
yeah. So okay, now flip it over the other way.
Okay.
And repeat.
do it
Yeah.
round. Okay, but like this.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
like a
yeah. Just
strategy
nice
here
and
a
gentle.
structure.
Yeah.
Oh, gentle.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Now put your hands inside, both of them,
Okay.
and start spreading it.
Okay.
And use the flour over here to allow you to make it a circle. Yeah. Okay, just like that. Now, how about
He's like,
that?
yeah, ish. Oh, Daniel.
You know.
10 years in the making, so.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. My fingers can do that, I feel.
10 inches. Give me a 10
How
inches.
come it's
Yeah.
not even going out?
Yeah, I don't know how you managed
What
to
is
make it
happening?
triangular, but
you're watching
but look,
me.
it's very
What?
easy. Do
I
another one,
know.
Daniel.
Yes.
Look, it's very easy.
I
Been doing
feel
it a
that.
little while, so.
I feel that this is a good organic shape. That is sort of.
Yes, very organic.
Yeah, that is sort of circle-ish, circle-esque.
Okay, I don't know how you managed to do that.
No.
But don't despair. You could deep
Yeah.
fry this one here, put a little bit of cheese and salt on it.
I'd take
and
it.
then it's amazing.
Yes.
Trust me.
Well, any
Yeah.
deep fried dough I would take in any form possible, right?
put this one
Well,
on,
looks like
alright.
we're using Daniel's
one
for
on.
this one.
Yeah,
yeah,
just push it aside.
Okay, there
Okay,
we go.
I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work anyway. Never mind.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Don't
beautiful.
overwork it.
Oh, I worked so hard to make that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now, what do we put in a calzone? A traditional calzone
Yeah.
started with ricotta, so you have to help me. I'm so sorry. Exactly, just on a half.
Oh, shoot, I
Yeah,
forgot.
don't worry. Just pick.
How
pick
much?
Pick whichever half you want.
Okay.
That's enough, but spread it across.
Well, I was
half.
going to do it that way.
Whatever.
Okay,
Doesn't matter
all right.
the time of day. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's enough. That's enough.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
enough.
all right,
yeah.
okay.
So let me take it away
So let
because
me-
you're getting wild with that. Now use this hand over here.
Yeah.
Just to hold it and then spread it a little bit.
Okay, I just don't
Okay.
want to break it. So
No,
I'm
no,
trying
you
not
won't break
to,
it.
Okay,
The,
all right.
the dough is stretched properly.
I know that was a stab. That was a stab at
No,
me.
that wasn't.
That was a stab. That was a stab and a jab.
Sprinkle a
Okay.
little bit of that on. Exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So in total, that's enough. Yeah.
Okay.
In total, you should have about 100 grams of about 80 to 100 grams of ricotta.
Okay.
About 70 to 80 grams of mozzarella combined.
What is this?
This is fior di latte. I like to put a little fior di latte because
do I just throw
fior
some
di latte is a
down?
fresh mozzarella that is, yeah, that's exactly.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
okay.
Perfect. There you go.
I like that.
Now, a little bit of basil.
Oh, it's hot in here.
Just a few leaves of basil. Oh, it's not that difficult. Yeah, just throw them
This is
liberally. Whatever you like.
basically
Yeah.
like cooking with my mom.
Another one.
But she would have taken it out of my hands and taken over at this point, right?
you know,
a little bit? You're
I
dying
have a little
to.
bit of a. Okay, sprinkle a little bit of salami right there. Yeah, keep it together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sprinkle it everywhere where the cheese is. Yeah, more.
Okay,
yeah.
well, I don't know.
Yeah,
You told me to calm down
You're
with the
gonna eat it,
mozzarella,
right?
so I am going to eat it. I am
Okay,
gonna
beautiful.
Eat it. Okay.
That's enough, yeah?
Very nice.
Now, what you're gonna do is a little sprinkle of salt, just a
sprinkle?
little tiny bit. Now take this side here and push it onto that side.
No problem.
And now pinch all of the edges just like if it was a pie. You know what I mean? You do the little
Yes,
turn and
but can I
twist
do
and-
like a little like
you
that?
You can do whatever you want. Don't make it too thick though.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Do whatever
Squeeze
you
it,
want, but not
squeeze it very,
that.
very well. Yeah.
Daniel, is any of this coming back to you about your childhood?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, not at all.
Be careful, I got tools in my hands. This is a paddle.
But you know what you're doing
Oh,
over
that's
there.
enough.
Okay.
That's
Just take a look at Daniel's. Like,
See,
look at the way
she's going a
Daniel
little
did the,
wild. Okay.
did the
Ribbon on the
beautiful.
side, yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So now you take this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna do
Go
it.
ahead.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you.
Shove it under. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Push it.
Ish.
There you go.
Okay.
Slide it onto this.
Yeah.
Slide it off. There you go. Perfect. Yes. Perfect.
That's right.
Now what we do is we're gonna flatten it a little bit.
Okay.
I'll take that from you if you want.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll
that
take
to
this.
Daniel.
Yeah. Here you go.
you.
And then we're gonna put a spoonful of tomato sauce on top. Just like that. A nice, you have to taste this tomato. This
It looks amazing.
It's tomato sauce, it's pizza sauce, but it's raw. This is
Okay.
just ground tomato. Taste it if you like,
Sure.
because I go and I eat spoonfuls of it.
That's very good. It's
A
very
little
fresh.
cheese, yes. A little oil,
Nice.
and this one will go in the oven. And let me.
Are you putting it?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
You're very
we'll
welcome.
put this one in the bottom, and we'll
Yeah.
take out the one that we already
Oh,
cooked.
it looks very
Right there.
good. Beautiful.
Come on.
Look what I did. I made a beautiful calzone.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's
You're not
very
done
nice.
yet.
Oh, there's
we,
more.
We have to do the presentation.
Okay, so let's
So,
do that.
you know
And
what?
how much
Actually,
time do
let
we
me-
have left? We have 30 seconds. Okay,
30
all right.
seconds.
We're good. We're doing
Right here.
good.
Whoop.
I kind of want to take this out of the way. Can you
There
see
you
with
go.
this here?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
move it out of the way. No, it's very
Okay.
hot.
Okay. All right.
Here.
I have mom hands,
Only
so I thought I could
professionals
handle
can
it.
touch it.
Okay, look at how beautiful that is. And then when we, beautiful. And then we're gonna cut it. You want me to do it?
Right
no,
there.
you do it. You do it.
No,
you do it. You do
I don't
it.
have any strength in my arm. Whoop it. You see what I do?
I know.
A little oil.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
A lot of pressure.
Just cut it.
Okay.
Don't worry. And then separate it a little
know,
bit.
I
Oh,
know.
go all the way down.
I know. I know, I'm trying to. Why'd you give me a dull knife? I need a serrated edge. Okay, hold on, I got it.
Okay, now you can split
Take this
it
out of the
open.
way, and I'll do this.
Yeah, exactly. You do the presentation. There you go. That's the calzone.
That
A little
was
bit more.
fun.
There you go.
Let's go to break. Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
That was good.
All right.
Coming up, the advantages of buying a prefab home.
Sometimes these homes are ready for delivery before you even get the city to approve your permits.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Get ready to revolutionize your construction game. We all know the frustration of delays and waiting on materials, but hold on to your hard hats because we've got a game changer for you. Here to tell us all about prefab homes is real estate expert Rizwan Malik. Hello, Rizwan.
Hello.
I don't know much about this topic, so I'm excited to talk about it. Let's start off by explaining what exactly a prefab home is.
Perfect. Well, Tracy, I'm sure you've heard of bed in a bag.
Yeah.
Well, this is basically home on a skid. Or on the back of a truck.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been driving down the highway and you see this huge, 18-wheeler with like a pre-constructed home on
Yes.
it. It's essentially that. So, an entire property or entire home is basically built off-site at in a factory, and then it's basically delivered to a site where you're doing your construction.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's like Lego.
Yes, it's prefab, short for prefabricated.
Prefabricated.
Yes.
Okay, what are the benefits of a prefab home versus a new construction site or an existing home even? Like, what would be the benefits?
So one of the biggest things is it's plug and play. So
Yeah.
once you go in and you decide the size, the scale, all the different criteria that's important to you and your family, you order this beautiful home for yourself, and it's like a game of Lego. You basically, it's delivered, and then
Yeah.
you assemble it, you bolt it together, and everything is done. Right down to the walls, the shingles, the windows, the toilets are bolted in, the walls are painted. It's like, the chandelier is already hanging over the kitchen island if you choose to have one.
Yes.
So it's extremely efficient.
Okay, very good. So everything's done. Is there anything else that is good about it? Like, is it better for the environment?
It's great. Yeah,
Is it quicker?
Well, it's definitely quicker, but
Yeah.
so they do take sustainability and they do take efficiency into consideration. So if you think about it, when you're building a custom-built home or any traditional home, you know, you always order excess material because you don't want to run out.
Right.
Because then there's that whole supply chain issue, and post-COVID, it's a lot worse than what it ever was before.
Yeah.
So, but if you and I are building prefab homes and we happen to choose the same color shingle, for example,
Yeah.
now the manufacturer in their factory finishes my roof, and then whatever's left over, they start your roof with that, so there's less waste,
Okay.
right? So it's
Yep.
very efficient. It's an efficient process.
I imagine for every pro, there's also a con. Like, you know, there's some things you need to think about. What would be some of the disadvantages of going prefab?
One of the biggest things, I mean, think about it, like with a prefab home, it needs to sit somewhere. So
Yes.
all across Canada, there are areas where you probably have access to land, or you can acquire land at a discounted rate, or not so crazy expensive. Maybe it's a cottage area. In cottage country, you buy and you put a prefab cottage there.
Yeah.
In larger metropolitan cities, such as, you know, Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, prefab homes are kind of being now reserved for laneway homes.
Right.
Because in the city proper, you need to take something down to put something back up.
Yes. Okay. So it's just finding the space.
Finding the space, finding the land, or
space to
the
do it.
acquisition of land.
Right.
The other thing, also, no basements.
No basement. Right.
So if you have an existing basement, you can put a prefab home on top of that, sure. Or if
Okay.
you really want one, you can have one dug out, finished, and then put a prefab home on top. But typically, they sit on top of like a 2 or 3 foot crawl space.
Okay, got it. So you have to buy the lot in order to have the prefab home put on the lot, or basically take down your
An existing
house,
home.
an existing
Yes,
home, and
yes.
put this on top. What is the typical timeline, like from start to finish, when you're ordering a prefab?
Depending on who you go with, and you know, it can change, but it's actually pretty quick. So sometimes
Okay.
these homes are ready for delivery before you even get the city to approve your permits. Which is crazy. So start to finish, maybe 12 to 16 weeks for delivery.
Yeah.
And like I said, when they show up, the home is basically bolted, and it's not going to fly away.
Well, that was going to be my next question.
Oh, I could see it.
Like if they built this house in like 12 weeks and
know,
you know they bring
I know.
it to your lot and bolt it down, it's like, is the wind going to take it away?
Yeah, they'll attach a few bungee cords and just stake it to the
stays.
ground. No, it's sitting on top of, like I said, a crawl space. It's anchored in. It's not going anywhere.
It's built to last.
Built to last. It
Yeah.
will stand the test of time. It'll brave the elements.
Okay. Now all this sounds amazing, but I want to talk about price. So are you spending less money if you're getting a prefab versus an existing home or building a home from ground
scratch?
up?
Yeah, no, great question. So pre-pandemic, again, you could have probably gotten away with like $250 to $300 per square foot.
Okay.
Which again, if you're building a 1,000 square foot bungalow or a 1,000 square foot home, that's about, you know, 250,000 to 300,000.
Yep.
These prefab homes at that size for a bungalow start at about 170,000. So it's a fraction. It's almost half the
fraction.
cost, because today in this world,
Yes.
post-pandemic, you're lucky to get away with like $400 a square foot.
Right. So,
Right?
and $400 a square foot would be what?
Like 400,000 for that same home that you can now have for about
400,000.
170,000.
Yeah, no, I mean, try and find a home even for $500,000 now.
Oh, it doesn't
Where are you
exist.
going? It's
Yeah.
like $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million in a big
Yeah.
metropolis like Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto.
But again,
so that's
that's also
amazing.
property and home. So we're just talking about home right now. So you
Just
need
the
to have
prefab
yeah.
home. You still have to buy a lot.
Yes, you
and
have to
which
have-
costs what it costs.
Exactly.
Okay, very good. Thank you for shedding more light on this, because I did not know a lot about prefab homes. Thank you, Rizwan. We're going to break. We got more coming up. Stay with us. That's cool. Coming up, giving your new home a deep clean.
Doesn't matter how pristine the house looks, whether it's a new build or ours is 100 years old. Other people have lived in that house and touched those things with all of the different parts of their body. So you really want to do a deep clean.
Welcome back. So earlier in the show, Sarah shared some of her moving tips with us, and we're going to continue that conversation with hiring movers and doing a deep clean on the new place, which makes me happy. It's not like I want a deep clean, but I want to live in the deep clean.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want to live in the after. So let's start with hiring the right movers.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most stressful decisions for a move, because these are the people that are going to be touching your most precious things. I love my stuff. I love it. And so
And
that
you
was
have a lot of it.
I have so much stuff. I
Yes.
blame the show for that, though.
Yeah, it's our fault.
Yeah, it's totally your fault. So you really want to make a good decision. Again, reach out to people in your community that have recently moved. Ask them about their experiences with movers, good and bad.
Yep.
You know, go on their website. Make sure it's a professional-looking website. Check online reviews. All of those different things before you choose them, and compare prices.
Yeah.
Because ours varied, I think, from $1,500 to over $3,000.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily want to go with the lowest, but you know, maybe
Yes.
find somewhere in between and just compare with different companies to make sure you're paying a fair price, and then check for hidden costs.
Okay.
Because some will charge more to move appliances. Some will charge more if there's stairs in a condo building,
Yeah.
really heavy pieces of furniture. You want to know all of those ahead of time. You don't want that sticker shock at the end when they hand you the bill.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'll also probably way more money if they're actually packing for you as well.
Oh, a lot more.
Way
Yes,
more.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about damaged things. What if things get damaged during the move? And I know you love your stuff. Did
I love
anything
my
get
stuff.
damaged?
Things got damaged.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. I
I'm
know.
sorry.
But I did specifically point out a couple pieces of furniture that are very special to me, and they did take extra care of those.
Oh,
but
good.
really look at their policy, because if you pack items yourself, they're not responsible. If you
Oh,
have
really?
nope. Well, I mean, this particular company, and I've heard this about other companies too.
Okay.
If you have furniture that's made with particle board on the back,
Yeah.
if that's damaged, not the responsibility.
Oh.
No.
They're like, it's not our fault you brought cheaply made furniture.
I know. That's
on
basically what they're
you.
saying.
Sounds like a you problem.
And even they're not wrong. But so in that case, a couple things did happen. But even when they do compensate you, it's not a lot. So just know that going in there. Anything really, really special, point it out to them, or move it yourself if you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's going to be that like precious, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk cleaning. I will never forget when we got our first house. It was my mom and my aunt who did the deepest of the deep cleans on that house. It was almost like them blessing the home.
So nice.
And it was so nice because it felt like ours after that. Like they were in there, every single corner. So you gave your new house, I'm sure, a deep clean.
Yes, I did. And I mean, to me, it doesn't matter how pristine the house looks, whether
Yeah.
it's a new build or ours is 100 years old. Other people have lived in that house and
Right.
touched those things with all of the different parts of their body. So
Right.
you really want to do a deep clean.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, it's
You want to
essential.
clean it all. Okay, so let's talk about how you did that.
Okay, so first you start at the top.
Yes.
And work your way down. So I dusted the ceilings and the walls, not using a duster. I used a microfiber mop like this.
It's a good one.
It's so great because look, I can reach up really high. I didn't have to get on a ladder or anything like that. It covers a really big surface while you're going.
Yeah.
And these fibers really, really pick everything up very well.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. When everything needs to be done, what do we like? How do you even figure out where to start? And is it overwhelming?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But start with, so you're working your way down. Now you go to high touch surfaces, doorknobs, kitchen cabinet doors and handles, light switches,
Yes.
railings, all of that. And I
Yeah.
found this most amazing solution to do this.
Okay.
Okay, and it's gonna blow everyone's mind because it blew mine. So you start off with just half a cup of warm water, and then
Yep.
Trace, if you wanna put in 2 scoops of those, because that's half a teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of borax,
Okay.
1 teaspoon of baking soda, and you give it a little stir and you use it with your sponge. And I'm talking like caked on dirt came off with this immediately. It was incredible. Yes.
all natural-ish. Is borax natural? I don't know.
Ish.
But you
yeah.
put this on the sponge, and
Put it
that's
on
going to get like all those high
Yes.
use areas.
Yeah, exactly.
Toilet.
You can use it on a toilet. I mean, you may want to go with something with an even stronger disinfectant,
Yep.
but that's definitely another surface. I call it the high sit surfaces.
High sit
you
surfaces.
I mean, if I could have, I would have brought a toilet with me, but that just was not practical. I know that. Okay, I'm aware.
There's something about a bathroom, though, right? That was the only
Yes.
thing. My house is like over 100 years old.
Right,
And I
same.
was like, I'm happy we're doing a new bathroom in the basement because that will be mine.
Yes, I have a thing about other
You
people
know what I
using the
mean?
same
It's just
bathrooms.
there's
I don't
something
like
about
it.
it. But yeah, if you
So
can, it's great.
Clean all of those, clean the bathroom, all of
Yes.
those surfaces, and then you just finish off by giving your floors a really good sweep and a vacuum.
Yes.
And then you have to do a deep mopping of this floor, right?
Yes.
Because you don't know what's been going on in this house
Yeah, you
before
want to
you
walk
moved in.
barefoot in your house.
Right.
You want it to be clean.
Exactly. So I use Go Clean Co.'s combination of hot water and Tide powder.
Okay.
And it does a really amazing clean on your floors.
Okay.
And it's very budget friendly as well, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna last you a really long time.
Yeah.
And then you want a heavy duty mop, okay? Like this is the Tornado Spin Mop. This is Libman, like all the tools we're using. You dip it in. And then if you've got, we get a lot of hardwood in the house, so you don't want a super damp mop. So you put it in your little strainer, and then my kids love doing this.
Oh!
You push out all the excess water, and you get a little arm workout at the same time.
That's cool.
And then you use it to mop your floors. And then please, please, please change the water frequently when you're doing this.
Right.
If you're dipping this into dirty water, you're just spreading the germs all over your
Ooh,
house.
I love that. And you know
but
what?
It works really well.
Forget a new house. If you have a dog, we've got a dog.
Oh,
Do you know
yeah.
how often we're washing those floors? Like, that is a beautiful mop for that.
It's fantastic for that.
Especially in the winter months. Very good. So a deep clean requires the right tools, and the Ultimate Libman cleaning package takes care of all of that with a Freedom Spray mop, a Tornado Spin mop, cleaning caddy, and more. Valued at $250, we'll draw for that whole package after the show, so someone will win it. Thank you, Sarah. Let's go to break. More coming up. You got a lot to clean here. Coming up, let the debate begin. How do you eat your pizza? Can I show
That's
you
what
what
we
I really
always
want
did.
to do right now?
Yeah.
Please, please.
Go ahead.
It's time to get very serious. Welcome back, everyone. Yes, clear your throats. We're going to get into it. How do you eat your pizza? This is the question. Do you pick it up and shove it in your mouth? Do you use a knife and a fork? Well, we have some very opinionated personalities on this show. So I want to start with Chef Massimo. This is his version of how he thinks you should be eating your pizza.
You know the biggest misconception is when you're talking about pizza? When you're talking about pizza, you don't pick it up with your hands because it doesn't stand. It doesn't stay like this unless there's no sauce and no ingredients on it. The dough is so thin that will always dive down. And the beautiful part about it is using great cheeses like mozzarella di bufala or fior di latte or bocconcini. They have a lot of milk, and they kind of make a mess on the plate. And a pizza, gourmet pizza, Italian style like that, will never stand up straight. It's impossible. Okay, now if you do a sourdough or any of those other weird combination, maybe. But I have never eaten a pizza in Italy that stood up, ever.
Okay. You can see how seriously he takes this. The tone, everything about it. Very, like, all the gravitas involved in this pizza. So we brought everyone in to weigh in on this. I want you to start by telling us how should we be eating this?
Oh, and well, if you are in a restaurant, you eat it with a knife and fork.
But like...
Period. There is no restaurant in Italy that will make you eat pizza with your finger.
Oh! So you all agree with this? You don't just pick it up, fold it, and shove it in the pie hole?
See, that's the problem.
Absolutely not.
I want to have controversy, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, but
Okay.
it's true.
Knife and fork.
In a restaurant, you're sitting down at the table. You will eat it with a knife and fork. I don't
Okay.
care where you are. I had the fortune of being in Italy for 22 years of my life, and I've been going back for the last 50. And I've eaten tons of pizza because that's all I could afford most of the times.
Am I doing it right?
Yes, you're doing it right. Actually, you know what?
Actually, it's wrong.
Hang on. If I can manage, look, I made sure that there was a little crease. We start always by picking out the crust.
Oh.
Because very, very rarely people will eat the crust.
I want the crust.
No, I
the best
know.
part.
I know.
I'm
I used
Brady.
to trade the contents of my slice just for everyone's crust.
I know. Listen, pizza is morphed in a million different ways in the world, right?
Okay.
So in America, the North American style pizza is fantastic. I mean, I have no issue with that.
Okay.
And I wish I could really eat properly, but you just fold it up, then you leave the crust and you normally leave the middle because in a normal day,
That's pretty delicious.
the milk will go to the bottom right there from all the mozzarella, and then you just put a little oil, and then you soak a little bit of the crust in it.
Can I show
That's
you what
we
I really
always
want to
did.
do right now?
Yeah.
Please, please.
Go ahead.
I'm getting kicked out of his restaurant. Sarah, how do you eat your pizza?
I want to start by saying that pizza is one of my all-time favorite foods, but I don't eat carbs.
Oh, so what do you do?
So I still order pizza from my favorite restaurant, and I ask for extra cheese, and then I legit just I cut a triangle, and I just slice it off, so it's
Show
still in
us.
the same. Okay. So it's still in the same sort of shape, and then I just eat all the toppings, and I know it sounds really sad.
Oh, you keep it in a triangle?
I
You're
do,
just gonna
and I'll
scrape
just
it.
slide
And
it
you do
off.
this?
Really?
And then I'll just.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Eat
I
it.
mean,
You're okay with that? Rizwan,
Well,
how do you eat your pizza?
the good
mean,
stuff is this.
I kind of just throw it in the air and like try to catch it with my mouth. No, I'm kidding. But I was that annoying kid. So Massimo will be super proud. Even in high school, I used to cut it with a fork and a knife, a plastic fork and a knife, and try cutting pizza
Oh boy.
from one of those big box pizza stores that were being delivered. Horrible experience, but no, I do agree. I think fork and a knife, that's the way to go.
Well, you're all so much more dignified than I am. Okay, a lot of people have different ways to eat pizza, and I want you to take a look at how Drew Barrymore eats hers. Take a look.
If you're having a day where you're trying to like not eat the bread, I'm sure people are gonna be like, how dare you do this to a pizza? I get it. I feel really guilty about it myself. But I just take the top of the pizza and a little salad, which has basically all the same toppings as the pizza. And then I make a pizza salad.
So she's like scraping off the pizza and putting it on the salad. So that and you're like, no.
I just scrape up the
No.
pizza and put it in my mouth.
Avoid the salad.
One more celebrity, we have Courtney Cox with her version of how she eats pizza. I want to see this.
A lot of people that are not from New York come into the city and they can't wait to have New York style pizza, and they don't know how to eat it. So first what you do is dab it. You get all the oil off. And then authentic New Yorkers, they like to cut the tip off, and they just do a little bite at a time. If you like from Sicily or whatever, roll it like a pizza pie. You do it like this, all right? Yeah. Sometimes when people are craving like double cheese, all the cheese into one area. And then you can give this to somebody. You guys want this part? Sure. Okay, thanks. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Only like people who come to a lot of pizza joints know that this is another way they sell it, but it's it's not on the menu. It's what the special.
So you just, like, what? How come? Is it just, like, how? Is it so that there's less, like, was there less bread in
Yeah,
what she made?
I think so.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. Listen, I feel like maybe her
keep
version of
eating.
rolling it up is closest to what I'd want to do. But I'm not playing around with the cheese. I'm having all the bread and all the cheese. No matter how you eat it, we love to eat pizza. And Massimo has shared his recipe for the pizza dough and this classic margarita pizza. These are Massimo's pizzas, and they
Yeah.
are delicious. Find the recipe on our website, cityline.tv. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's celebrate. More coming up. Stay with us. We really did have a good time with this audience today. You're a lovely audience. Thank you so much for joining us. It's so nice. And a big thank you to my guests, Sarah, Rizwan, Massimo, and Daniel. Thank you so much. I will never eat pizza the same way again. That's a joke. Yes, I will. I'm going to fold it out, and I'm going to shove it in the pie hole. But I like the knife and fork idea. When I go to Italy, that's how I'm going to do it. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a good day.